Hello, welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, we will see how to create unit tests for domain layer of user management in an app.io project. So now, this is my Muyek.smart school solution in which I have two folders at the top level, the source and the test folder. I'm going to expand the test folder. So I want to work with the Muyek.smartschool.domain.tests. So now I'll go to Tools, NuGet Package Manager. Then I'm going to click on Package Manager Console. I'm going to ensure now that my default project is changed to Muyek.smartschool.domain.tests. So the first package I'm going to install is xUnit. So I'm going to say install-package xUnit. Oh, I forgot to create a new branch. I'm going to say new branch. I'm going to say unit tests for user management domain layer. And I'm going to click create. The next package I'm going to install is xUnit.runner.visual studio. So I'm going to say install-package xUnit.runner.visual studio. So the next package I'm going to install is Shoutly. So I'm going to say install package Shoutly. Then I press enter. There is a package that is already installed for us, and that package is Microsoft.NET.test.sdk version 17.13.0. So now let me close Package Manager Console. So now we are going to right click on our domain test project. I'm going to add a new class. The name of the class will be App User Tests. I click add. Now, this is my full implementation for the App User Test class. There's one error. Smart School domain test page. Let me go to Solution Explorer. View, Smart School. Domain test page. Supposed to inherit from that class. Okay. So we are going to solve this error using the generic type Smart School domain test page. Whatever requires one type agreement, we need to provide it with a generic parameter. So that's the generic parameter. Smart School domain module is what we have provided. So the first method, which is constructor valid parameter, should create app user. So this method verifies that an app user is created correctly when all valid parameters are supplied. This includes setting up properties and ensuring that no exception is thrown. The second method, whose name is constructor null optional parameter, should create app user. This method verifies that the app user constructor allows null values for optional parameters. The third method, constructor invalid username, should throw exception. This method ensures that the app user constructor throws an argument exception when an invalid username is passed. I'm going to add another class in the domain layer. So I'm going to say add new class. I'll call it gender test. Now, this is my full implementation for gender class. I'm going to Copy this. Fix that error. Gender. Not added. Why? I have using Muyik.smartschool.entities here. Gender is inaccessible due to its protection level. Pick definition. ID. Gender name. I'm changing my definition for gender tests. Okay. So the first method, which is constructor valid parameters, should create gender. So this method verifies that a gender object can be created and initialized properly with valid values for its properties. So we are using the public constructor. Then the second method tests constructor with minimal parameters. In other words, it tests the constructor without supplying the third parameter description, which is optional parameter. So now I'm going to Solution Explorer. Right click on my domain.test again. I'm going to add a new class. The name of this class will be school class tests. So now, this is my implementation for school class test. First of all, the first fix for the error that I have in school class test is I'm going to provide the generic parameter source code domain module. So that error has gone. Let's see the error here. School class is inaccessible due to its protection level. Yeah, in order to fix this error, I'm changing the original definition for school class tests. The first, the first method ensures that valid parameters. The first method ensures that a school class object can be successfully created when valid parameters are provided for the constructor parameters. The second method verifies that a school class object can be created without providing a description, which is an optional parameter. The third method tests various valid class name scenarios. The next method tests that invalid class names should be handled inappropriately. The next method tests that class name exceeding the maximum length should be handled. The next method tests that descriptions exceeding the maximum length should be handled. In order to make my test more meaningful, I want to enhance my school class entity with domain validation. This is the current definition of my school class entity. So I've had some enhancements. And the enhancements are set class name method, which ensures that class name cannot be null. It also ensures that class name cannot exceed 100 characters. It also ensures that description cannot exceed 200 characters. So now it is now time to run our tests for the domain layer. I'll right click on the domain layer test project. Then I'm going to select run tests. So so when we finished running our tests, 17 passed, 8 failed. Thank you for watching.